Good evening. Kathleen Ferrier was one of the greatest singers of her generation. Her rich contralto voice and her distinctive interpretations of the works of Mahler and Elgar earned her a worldwide reputation. When she died in 1953 at the age of only 41, an award was set up to honour her memory. For nearly 40 years, young singers have competed annually for a prize now worth £10,000. The competition is open only to those under 26, few of whom have yet embarked on a professional career. But competitors have gone on to make considerable reputations for themselves. Past winners include Yvonne Kenny and Bryn Terfel-Jones. This spring, the last round of the 1992 awards, held on the 80th anniversary of Kathleen Ferrier's birth, took place at St John's, Smith Square in London. 10 finalists presented themselves for judgment by a jury chaired by Dame Janet Baker. For the Late Show, Paul Greengrass went behind the scenes to meet them and see how they performed under pressure.
She was a product of the war years, and what she did in the time that was available to her was quite extraordinary. She was special at a time when there were, or had been, few special British artists. So she stood in a category of her own, really.
They told me last night there were ships in the offing, and I hurried down to the deep rolling sea. But my eye could not see it, wherever might be it, the bark that is bearing my lover to me.
When Kathleen died, there was such a wave of feeling in the country that I got together with Gerald Moore, her accompanist, and Hamish Hamilton, the publisher, and we decided to raise money for a competition for young singers, just at that awkward time when they leave the academy and colleges and were hoping to get into the profession.
Once you've won the Ferrier competition, that feather in your cap or stripe, however you want to describe it, is there on your CV, it's there in your record for the rest of your life, and it's meaningful. It does not mean that you're going to have a year of limelight and then everybody's going to forget about you. It's a thing that you can build on slowly.
So far, I think it's the most important thing I've done. It's the kind of competition where a lot of people who are influential in the business come to see, and it gives us the opportunity to sing or to be heard by these people. Also, I think that the fact that the scholarship is being awarded, that will be a great help for the future, since tuition does cost a lot of money. Since I think we're all approaching the time where we will have to find everything as far as finance is concerned. We have to find it all ourselves.
What is required of young singers now is far in excess of what was required in Ferrier's time. Do these days is be an all-round performer in a way which was not necessary in those days, because categories were so defined. The oratorio singer was not at all required to be also as good an opera singer or as good a leader singer.
Any questions? Any questions? Any questions? Surely not. 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 Good.
The first thing I learnt was Blow the Wind Southerly, and I went round all the northern festivals singing it, and people would say, oh, we're trying to be a Kathleen Ferrier. But, I mean, her sound, her emotional sound, her free sound is something which is basic to learning, I should imagine, contralto, because it's a beautiful sound, it's an emotional sound, it's what appeals to me, and that's what made me want to sing, not just to be a singer, but to convey something emotionally, which I think she did more than anyone, and that's why it's very important to me. If you were standing there thinking, this is a competition, I think it would blow your mind, especially after you've gone through 3 rounds. It would blow your mind, and I think what we're here to do anyway is to communicate music, and that's why you're doing it. You wouldn't do it. The strain would be too much if you were just there just to try and be successful here in this competition or throughout your career. I think you've got to love music and want to communicate. So you have to think of it on that level, and just think of it as a concert. You have got an audience after all, and you do it for them.